that meaning that you're with it, right? So you go for broke. You got nothing to lose. Yeah, I'll never be outgunned. I'm telling you guys. I will. I mean, anybody wants to question it? Come on. I will never, ever, 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 ever be outgunned. Twice. Hey, also Nitro Nerds here, and this is a unboxing. You've already seen the trailer to the introduction for the unboxing, where we showed a young RC Barrier unboxing the engine that I have selected for my Hyper 7, at least, you know, the interim engine while we finish up the rebuild on it. Personally, to this day, I still believe that is the greatest unboxing of all time, but that's neither here nor there. The engine, though, is no joke, because we saw it up close and personal many times, as well as many other of its, you know, of this engine. It's not a world-changing, you know, powerful type engine. It's just a badass engine. It's like works. You know, this B5 2013 combo as an example. It's not, you know, now I've seen the light type power, but it's pretty damn, you know, strong in its own right. And especially at the price you're looking at as well. It's okay. It's a type of engine you have to own to understand. That's the best way I can explain it. And for all intents and purposes, I put this next engine that I got in that category, because everyone that owns one is a raving fan. I've seen them and they kick ass. And that would be the Alpha Lutz Worlds Edition. As I said, this isn't the final. I don't want to call it a practice engine, but you know, it's a start. While I finish the rebuild on my Hyper 7, this is what I'm going to use. But well, look, I'm just going to tell you this. This engine is no slouch. Come back to my channel in a few weeks, take a look, decide for yourself. I'm done talking. Of course, a lot of you might be thinking, well, I thought that engine had that really cool hot pink cooling head on it. And it does. This is the one with the blue head, and this one here. So this engine right here, it's better. Now, the reason it's better, so all you WE guys, put your purses down, please. That's a joke. Because I got it $95 off with a blue cooling head as opposed to that hot pink. Which I admit, that hot pink is, I mean, if anybody could throw that RGB, whatever schema you want to use, color on a heatsink, like this one here, anodize it and paint it up, boy, I'd pay top dollar, because that would look bad to the bone on this thing right here. But that's a whole nother story. So I like that pink one too, but not more than $95, because, you know, as an example, I can get some other things with that $95, beginning with this new Alpha pipe. Now, people know I'm a big pipe guy. I've got a lot of pipes, but I don't have this one here. It's an Alpha 28. Kind of maybe the equivalent of either a 2057 or 2058. I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking maybe a little bit more in 2057, but we're going to find out. That's the greatness about these pipes. I can sit here and talk bullshit all day, but I only really talk about pipes, excuse me, until after I on them. It's nice looking, very nice looking. I have a feeling it's going to get down. I've got a feeling. I've been a closet Alpha fan for some time. I've not mentioned a whole lot on our channel, but they are one of those companies, those brands that I have long admired. Now, I can already hear people say, man, you should have got this Nova this or whatever. And hey, look, I got some Novas, I got some OS. I call it like I see it. This engine here, on my bucket list, I got a damn good deal on it. And, you know, feast or famine, it's what I'm rolling with. Like I said, I know I said this stops. Trust me, it does. Anybody that knows me knows that, you know, I'll do this, but I'm also going to do that. And of course, regardless of how this 2081 performs on this engine, I mean, I'll find a home for this, you know, no matter what. I'm not even worried about that, because it's a little bit different than what I have. Same with that 2091. So regardless of, you know, this might be the perfect one on there, might not be, but I'm getting that 2091. That is the newest one on my bucket list. This is how it is. You just you go for broke. You got nothing to lose. I'm not backing down from anybody when it comes to engines, vehicles, some team associated black grease. Pretty generic. I use it mainly for ring and pinion gears, or as an example, one use where I'll put just a little thin bead of grease, as you can see, around the air filter. All right, just like that. Like I said, not just a little bit. That does it, man. Well, it's all set to do the break-in, but it looks like it's not gonna happen today. All right, so some other items, non-bucket list, obviously. Continuing on with the unboxing, some other items. I got some balancing clay for the wheel balancer. We'll see how it works. Pretty soon, like I said, what I'll do is I'll select a pair of tires, I'll run them as is, and then I will balance them, run them again, and we'll see if there's a noticeable difference. The next item, clutch bearings, something I always need. And the final item is a 7x13 bearing, which is for Robinson Racing, the spur gear that I have for my Savage on the Gen 3 slipper clutch unit. The bearing on it went bad, and it didn't like just go gritty. It actually, the outer race got bent. So I'm gonna make a call to them tomorrow just to understand, well, a few things. First, why did that happen? And second, I'm questioning one thing, and that is, what are the advantages to their spur gear? What are the advantages to a metal spur gear for the Savage? Additionally, on that note, if you're watching this, there's something I'm gonna challenge. It's something I've been thinking long and hard about. Are vented clutch bells a scam? In other words, I have nothing against them. I own quite a few different makes. But every advantage of a vented bell that I can come up with, I can also come up with something to counter that. I'm fully aware that there are a lot of heavy hitters in this hobby who recommend and endorse these. So, that doesn't necessarily mean that I can't have an opinion or that this is not up for discussion. In other words, the name of the video that I'll be doing is not Vented Bells, They're a Scam. It's Vented Bells, Are They a Scam? This is a little bonus break-in footage. I'd say that thus far, I'm happy with where I'm at, especially the engine itself. You just kind of, I don't know, you can tell early on, I think, how the engine's going to eventually perform. I'm only 4 tanks in it. This is, well into the number of 20th engine that I've broken in. I don't really remember the exact count. It's, like I said, between 22 and 24, 25, something like that. But there is one thing new about this break-in, and that is I'm doing it without a temp gun. And that I can't find it. I had the temp gun, like literally a few hours before I was going to start the break-in, and I just can't find it. So I could be chancing it, but in my mind, I'm not doing anything different than I have every other time. So I don't know. At this point, what I'm doing is running it insanely rich up top. You can see the needle is actually, past flush quite a bit. And right now what I'm going to do is give it some 1/4 to half throttle runs, nice, smooth. What I'm trying to do is just get a lot of oil through it, but still raising the temp some, trying to get rid of that pin. I imagine it's going to take me probably between 10 and 15 tanks to get it, broken in. And for all intents and purposes, everything I hear about this engine is that when it drops its nuts, it is, well, you'll know it. And the other thing that's been different has been its pinch. Now, I know you hear a lot of people say, when they break an engine, man, this engine's got a lot of pinch. Well, I'm telling you guys, I've been around a lot of engines, and this one it takes the cake. The Roma was another engine that, had similar pinch, but I would say not to this level. But that would be the, one thing I can compare it to at least.